It's about, we talked about Ruby getting in the basement of the jail when he killed Oswald. You talked to me about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He shot him, didn't he?
Yes.
I don't know.
You said
they had witnesses say that they had seen Ruby and Oswald together in Ruby's nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him, but they have pretty good proof on the record that he was federal investigators. They said that he was seen with Ruby in his beer joint down there.
Okay.
So.
Yes, and you saw Ruby with he was with a cameraman crew. You remember?
The what?
You said that he was with a TV crew.
Yeah, that's how he got into the bottom of the city hall.
By the city hall.
Yeah, down in the basement of the city hall where they were moving Oswald out to take him to the county jail.
Do you know which entrance, the main street entrance, or which one exactly?
I don't know exactly. I think from what I'm told, it's the Main Street entrance.
Do you know someone who saw him?
One went down from Commerce Street, the other went down from Main Street. And I understand it was at the entrance where you go down Main Street into the basement. Wherever the camera crews went in, I don't know where they went in because I was off that day. But wherever they went in, they told him, they let him come in as part of the camera crew.
Okay.
They'll deny it now.
Sorry?
They will deny it. They'll say no, that they didn't let him in, but they did.
Okay. Do you know the name of the cameraman you knew?
I can't even remember what station it was that was down there. You can find that out, I imagine, somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe write the station. Well, I don't know where to tell you to write.
Okay.
I'll try to find out, and if I can, I'll put it in one of these letters when I get the first letter I'll send you.
Do you know policeman Red Davis?
Who?
Red, R-E-D, Davis. Because...
Last name Davis?
Yes.
Red Davis?
Yes.
I don't know about anybody with that name.
Because he said that Ruby got in the basement with Charles Batchelor, the assistant chief police.
Yeah, Batchelor was chief of police, yeah.
Red Davis said that Ruby got in the basement with the chief police.
Well,
but
I don't know about that.
No.
I know that our orders were that if a man come up there from the television station with his camera and he said, "This is my crew," and he pointed out 6 or 7 men, whoever was with him, you let them all go in, no problem, no questions asked.
Okay.
And so this was not good, but that's what the orders were. And he had to. He came in with the camera crew. They all knew him. They'd been drinking in his joint down there. Somebody can tell you. I'll find out somewhere if it's available.
Okay. But who told you about that?
I beg your pardon?
Who told you that he came with a cameraman crew? Who told you about that?
Let me see. I believe it was a sergeant on the Main Street gate, whoever that was. I believe it was that sergeant on that gate.
Okay.
On the entrance to Main Street.
It's Roy Vong. Roy Vong.
Kind of ridiculed him about letting it happen, and he couldn't help it. He had orders to let the camera crew in.
Okay.
You could have done it. I could have done it. Anybody could have said, "Hey, I just want to see a look. Let me carry the camera so I can go down there with you." And he'd say, "Okay, go ahead."
Is that could it be Roy Vong?
Beg your pardon?
Policeman Roy R-O-Y, Vaughn.
Roy Vaughn was one of the guards there. You know, he was one. Again, he's a good officer. They didn't get to put anything over on him.
Oh.
But because he knew he would know Ruby and wouldn't take that business for him being. And he wouldn't agree. He wouldn't argue with him that he's not a part of your camera crew, because I know him. He runs a beer joint down here.
Oh.
But Roy Vaughn is a great man. He's a good officer.
Okay.
He could have slipped in on Sergeant. He's dead now. What the hell is his name?
Oh.
He was on one door and Sergeant Vaughn was on the other. Let me see what's that boy's name. He was his father-in-law was a retired chief of police. I mean, a deputy chief of police.
Okay.
I can't call his name now. Let's see what's his name. I'll get it, put it in the letter when I send you all that stuff. Because I'll have to ask one of the boys to refresh in my memory about him. I knew him real well, and
Okay.
I worked next to him, but I can't remember his name.
Okay.
I'll get it for you.
I've got it.
He was
Okay.
let me see, what the hell is his name? He made several statements to the press about the shooting.
Uh,
I can't call his name now.
there's a lot of
He
surgeons.
got hurt after this happened. He was drinking one night and going home from work, and he wrecked his car. He hit a concrete bridge and nearly killed him. He got over that, and a few years later he died. I'll get the name for you. I know he was a sergeant. He was at one door, and Roy Vaughn was at the other.
Okay. And I've got just one last question. Ruby, did Ruby tell you something in the basement? Did you talk to him?
No, Ruby didn't tell me anything.
No.
But
Oh, okay.
he told the investigator, Captain Fritz, and all them, that he had gone down, that he went to the Western Union to send some money to this woman that used to work for him.
Okay.
So the excuse for being down in that area at that time, to make an alibi for being down there, you know.
Do you think that someone told him about the details of the transfer?
The what?
Do you think that someone, a policeman, told Ruby about the time of the transfer?
No, it was publicized.
Publicized.
Oh yeah, everybody knew it when he's going to move him. You see, the Chief Curry said told me he and I and one of my men would move Oswald some morning at 2 o'clock in the morning when everybody's asleep, put him on down to county jail.
Yes, the secret plan.
And the chief of the City Manager Elgin Crull.
Okay, can you spell me the name of that man?
Elgin is his first name, E-L-G-I-N.
Okay. And then?
C-R-U-L-L, I believe it's spelled.
Okay.
All right. He and the mayor of Dallas,
Cabot? Earl Cabot?
Earl Cabell. They named the building after the federal building. All right, Earl Cabell was mayor, and he was city manager. Okay. My chief told me to forget about the plans that I had made with you for 2 o'clock in the morning. Said, the city manager and the mayor says, no, we will not do it like that. We'll notify the press so they'll have time to get down in the basement and have all their cameras and lights set up before you move the guard. And that's what we did.
But it was a secret plan. Who told? It was a secret plan. Nobody knew about it. The mayor. Who told the mayor that you will transfer to Oswald in the morning?
I don't know. I don't know how they found out. It might be that Curry had to tell the city manager what he might have told him. You got to let me know when you're gonna move this boy.
Okay. All right.
And he might have called, and then he called him and told him, I'm gonna move him some morning 2 o'clock. Oh no, you're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Anyway, it was the city manager and Earl Cabell, the mayor, the one that ordered him to be moved out of jail only after the press could be down in the basement with their cameras and their lights set up.
Okay.
That's the way.
You were chosen by Curry.
Beg pardon?
to make the secret transfer, you and who else? What?
I was the only one that knew about it except Chief Curry.
Okay, and you?
And he's dead, and
Okay.
Curry told me, he said,
Ah.
get one of your best men, and you and me and that man, your men, some morning about 2 o'clock, we're going to take Oswald down to county jail.
Okay.
And then I guess when he told the city manager that he was going to do, you're not going to do that.
Okay. Well, where is the city manager today?
He's dead.
He's dead.
He died, yeah, he died, and Earl Cabell's dead. Curry's dead.
Fritz.
Bill Decker, the sheriff's dead, everybody.
Everybody.
And all on the, I had 5 men with me right with the president, right around his car.
Mm-hmm.
I had 4 men and myself, and today that myself and one of my men left. All the rest of them died. I'll get whatever information I can get, the name of that sergeant, and I'm going to talk to, I got to talk to Sheriff Bowles up there at the sheriff's office.
Okay.
To get some of these answers for you. And see, I'll get them to you. I don't want you to think I'm not going to get them for you. I'm going to get them.
No.
But I've been so damn busy.
Yes.
I've got my little granddaughter here for the summer, and we've taken her to different places to entertain her, and it takes a lot of your time.
Yes, yes.
But I'll get them to you.
Okay. Oh, there's a last point. I talked to you about Baker, Officer Baker, who went on the roof of the Texas building.
No, he didn't go on the roof.
But Captain Sawyer said that he went there. Captain Sawyer.
I was Inspector Sawyer.
Yes. And he said that Baker went on the roof to see if there was a rifle or something.
Officer Baker was the only officer I know that went into that building.
Mm.
He was riding a motorcycle from me behind the motorcade, escorting a double-deck 2-story bus with news media people in it.
Mm.
And he was to take them out there where the president was going to make his speech. And he didn't see who shot from that window. He just knew a shot come from that window because of the pigeons and birds that all jumped off the window when it was shot.
Yes, sir.
And he ran into the building, and he encountered Oswald on the floor right below where the shooting took place. He put his gun on him, and the man in charge there said, "Officer, I believe he's all right. He works here." Well, when he said that, the officer, he made a mistake. The officer made a mistake. He says there, "Well, that don't make any difference." He should have sealed the building off and got some more officers and got everybody out there, but he failed to do what he was supposed to do. He made a mistake. That's Officer M.L. Baker.
Just to that. Is he still alive?
Beg your pardon?
Is he alive?
Oh, yeah, he's still alive.
Yes.
Lives down in East Texas in the country on a farm somewhere.
Because I would like to ask him if he found a rifle on the roof.
No. He'll tell you, I'll guarantee the rifle never was on the roof. The rifle was left up there on the floor where he did the shooting. And he left there and came down to the next floor down. And was drinking a Coca-Cola and eating a bar of candy. Oswald was when Baker found him. So what Baker should have done was arrested him, put everything under, closed the building off, sealed it off. But he failed to do that. He made a mistake. And by him doing that, he caused an officer to lose his life. Oswald went right out and killed Officer Tippit right out in Oak Cliff. He's still real touchy about that. So if you talk to him, don't ridicule him about letting the officer get killed, because he's been burn him up with that. And he gets quite upset if you tell him that.
Yes, sir, for sure.
But that's actually what happened. There's no question about it. If he had done what he was supposed to have done, Oswald never could have killed Tippit. I mean, that's right, never could have killed Tippit. And we got the department's got eyewitnesses that saw him kill Tippit.
Mm-hmm. But anyway.
And it's open to the public. The records of the police department records have been turned over by court order.
Mm.
They're wide open.
Mm. Yes, Mr. Hill found the automatic bullets, and it
wasn't an automatic. It was not an automatic kill. Not automatic that killed Tippit. It was a revolver.
Mm. But well, when did Mr. Hill told you about that? When?
Oh,
some years ago, 10 years ago? Or?
Some time ago. I tell you where he is now. Hill is a deputy constable, precinct
Yes,
precinct 7 in Oak Cliff.
Mm. I called him.
You could contact him there.
Yes, I called him last month. He's I've got his address, Duncanville. Yes.
I don't know where he lives, but he works in that Oak Cliff office. Dallas office is just across the river from downtown Dallas.
He said that he would send me a letter to tell me what he found.
Well, would he tell you that he found what he found?
Yes, he's gonna write a letter to me to tell me.
Good.
To tell me.
The bullets, the cases that he found, if they were automatic, like he told me, they were old.
Yes, yes.
Because in a revolver, you don't get the shells out of a revolver till you shoot 6 times, and then you open it up and dump them out.
Mm.
Well, he didn't use all his bullets down there. He shot Tippit with 1 shot. No more than 2, I don't know, maybe just 1, but anyway, hit him right upside the eye and the right side of the temple as he was going around the front of the car. And of course, he was out of commission after that.
But it's very strange to me.
Now, let me ask you something. Now, what is your interest in this? You trying to write a book and make
No.
some money, or what are you doing?
No, I don't have the time to write a book. Just a personal interest. Because
well, what nationality you call yourself?
Huh?
What nationality are you?
Canadian.
What? Canadian?
Canadian, yes.
French Canadian or what?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay, that's all right. I mean, I just wondered why you had that interest in it.
Oh, I read books about that, and
all right, well,
it's very interesting.
I'll get that to you one of these days shortly.
Okay.
And if you think of any other and you want to call me and, write me a letter or something, I'll answer them for you.
Okay.
I got nothing to hide. The department's not hiding anything either.
Mm. I beg your pardon?
I said, we're not trying to cover up anything or hide anything.
Okay.
We're going to answer every question we know, everything we know about each question we get.
Yes, okay.
I don't have anything to hide, and the department don't have any. We are disgusted that it made us look bad by the city manager and the mayor not letting us move him secretly at 2 o'clock in the morning instead of having all them people where they could come in and look at him when we moved him.
Mm. But they did.
It made us look like a bunch of dummies.
Mm-hmm.
One day we were a good police organization rated on top of the world because one of our officers, the president, was killed, and one of our officers sacrificed his life to try to arrest the guy that killed the president. And we were sitting up high, big high recommendation. Then just because a couple of dummies like the mayor and them ordered this done and caused us to we looked like dumb, real dumb on the bottom of the earth. It was worth the lowest rated police agency in the world.
Yes, you're right.
We
It
were
looks.
on top. We were the department had done a great job.
Mm.
One officer sacrificed his life to try to stop it.
Mm.
And then the next day we were on the bottom because we did such a dumb thing. But we didn't do it. The chief got credit for it, but he didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the city manager and mayor that did it, and that ought to be brought out, and it never has been brought out to the public and to tell the public what really happened.
Mm.
And they just think, well, that dumb bunch up there at the police department, let him come down there and kill him.
Mm.
But
Yes,
that's
sir.
the way it had been done if we'd have had our way about it.
Yes, it's the fault of those men.
Beg pardon?
It's the fault of those men.
It's the bosses, you know, we take orders. The city manager gives us the police chief direct orders.
Direct
The
orders.
chief's orders come directly from the city manager's office.
Huh?
If the mayor got something he wants done, he tells the city manager, I want the police department to do so-and-so. And then that order comes directly from the city manager to the chief of police. Actually, you might say the city manager is chief of police, really. We tried to separate from the city manager's office a long time ago and let our chief run our department.
Yes.
But he still takes orders from the city manager.
Today, in 1992.
I beg pardon?
It's still like that in
Yeah, it's still that way. The chief of police by city ordinance, city charter, is only appointed for 1 year. Each year he has to be reappointed for a year, and he's appointed directly by the city manager.
Yes, I see.
And we don't like that because actually our chief wasn't running our department. He was doing all the administrative work, but he was taking orders from the city manager.
Mm.
So we didn't like that, but we never could get it straightened out. We just didn't have the power to do it.
Yes.
Someday they're going to, the association we got now and everything, we may get loose from the city manager, but it's hard to do. The best type of government in Texas is, in some cities, has what's called a mayor and city commissioners. They have a mayor, then they have a police commissioner, they have a park police commissioner, not the commissioner, sewer commissioner, police department, not the chief of police. So what the heck is that? San Antonio has a, now they have a city manager, but no, I think they're still on. Anyway, they used to have the mayor and city commission, park commissioner, and like I say, police commissioner, and New York's got a police commissioner.
Oh.
And he's the boss of the police department, I guarantee you. You got a chief of police, but the chief does what the police commissioner says, just like our chief does what the city manager says.
Okay. And it's the mayor who changed the motorcade route.
That's right. He changed everything.
It's awful.
We didn't. Our chief. We had a good route made out. In fact, there wasn't that much change in it. The only change was made by the president himself. It was raining. He had a top on the car, on the president's car, waterproof top. Well, it quit raining, the sun came out, so he said, take the damn top off my car. And that's the only change that I received. So the Secret Service come over and took the top off, and he said, all right, I'm ready to move now, so I took him on downtown.
And you were only 6 motorcycles around the car?
Yeah, right. In the immediate vicinity of the car, there was 4 at the back and me at the front. And behind the motorcade, there was some more officers scattered out behind and ahead. A lot of them up ahead. To have their duty was to be sure all the roads were open when I got there with the president. And, to handle the traffic. But we had a lot of officers involved, and the whole route up the expressway and everything was covered by motorcycle officers cutting the traffic and controlling the traffic for me.
Okay.
I had 4 and myself immediately in the immediate vicinity of the president's car in the motorcade. There was no other motorcycle in the motorcade. And when we went to the hospital, we took part of the motorcade. We left the motorcade downtown and took what cars that was right immediately with the president's car, about 4 or 5 of them, and we turned into the emergency I cut them off. Wouldn't let anybody else come in there. After the president's car and 2 or 3 more got in, the vice president and so forth, we cut the traffic down. Wouldn't let anybody else go in there. That was what was ordered. The Secret Service didn't want anybody else back there. And we tried to keep out all foot traffic, cars, and everything.
And at Parkland Hospital, there was a guy who filmed the car, the scene of the car with his camera. Is that possible? Do you? And the Secret Service.
I think his name's Zapruder.
No. At Parkland Hospital.
He made a guy named Zapruder made a movie of it.
Yeah, but
movie camera took a picture of it.
Yes, but it's not the one I mean.
And I don't know about.
Well.
He took a picture. You mean after the car was stopped?
Yes, at Parkland Hospital.
Oh, and back at the hospital. Yeah, they took. Secret Service took some pictures.
But
the FBI come out there and cut a plug out of the curb where that first bullet hit. Took it back to Washington. I don't know what good that would do. What wouldn't do anything. It just show a piece of concrete with a place where a bullet hit it.
Yes.
But they cut it out with a machine and took it to Washington.
Can you be seen on some films that were taken?
Occasionally, you can see me up front once in a great while. The ones you see most of the time is the 4 I had at the back, right around the president's car. There was a president's car, then there was a chief's car, the Secret Service car in front of the president's car. Then my chief had a car, and there was the chief of Secret Service riding with him. And then I was running up and down beside the motorcade from the chief's car back to the back and forth, sliding back and forth, back to the back, and then right back up to the chief. Just like when I didn't know the president was hit, and Officer Cheney rode up there and says, "Hey, the president's been hit." I said, "How bad is it?" He said, "Well, it blew his head off." So I rode on up to the side of the chief's car, and I said, we're going to Parkland Hospital right away. Because that was a pre-arranged place where we would go in case somebody was hurt. And I said, "The president's hit, we're going to Parkland." He said, "I'll be right with you." How bad? I said, "He's dead. It blew his head off." Cheney said it blew his head off. So we went on to Parkland. Oh, it's sad we couldn't, because we had the governor of Texas in the car with a shot in the leg. So we had to get him to the hospital. We knew it wasn't any use to take Kennedy to the hospital.
Okay.
But that was something you couldn't let the world know, that the president was dead till you had a new president.
Did you see Kennedy from close, from some feet, to see his wounds? Did you see his wounds?
No.
No.
All I know is what the boys at the back saw his head blow off, but I never went in the hospital where his body was. In fact, nobody was allowed in there.
Okay.
The Secret Service closed that room off where the doctors were looking at him. Nobody was allowed in there. It was my job to keep anybody from going through the outside door of the hospital. I didn't let anybody into the hospital. Okay. Me and my men.
And there is the policeman who had his mic button stuck.
There was no officers got right into the room where Kennedy's body was.
No, I mean you know the four shots recorded. Because there was a microphone that was stuck during the assassination.
That didn't amount to anything. We had an old 3-wheel motorcycle, and one of the guys working traffic somewhere, he had a mic with a motorcycle radio with a bad mic. It would stick occasionally. It interfered with our transmission during our regular duty hours before this ever happened. And that's what the noise was. It sounded like shots when them guys come out with a soundproof sound machines and try to say there were 7 shots fired. Well, McLean, H.B. McLean told him about his radio doing it. It damn sure wasn't his. It was a 3-wheel motorcycle. All McLean wanted to do is get a free trip to Washington and take his wife up there and get a free trip. That's what he got.
But do you know the name of the policeman who had his mic stuck? Do you know exactly which policeman?
I know who he was, but I don't want to release it yet. But the man is real sick. He's real sick, and it bothers him to know that was his radio. And we never have told him. So I'll let you know as soon as I'm going to talk to Sheriff Bowles, and if he says go ahead and release his name, I'll do it to you.
Okay.
I'll turn it over to you. I knew him. He was in recruit school with me. And when I went into the academy, he was in the academy with me. He's a veteran of World War II, and he's retired now, but he's quite sick. He's pretty old now, and he's in bad shape. So
well,
I'll get it for you before it's over with. I'll tell you.
I don't want to.
Well, that's the reason we don't want to let it out. Somebody will be going out and bothering him, and he don't need it right now.
No, I don't want.
We'll give you his name. It's no secret.
But I don't want to create him some problems.
I beg your pardon?
I don't want to make him problems.
No, we don't want to cause him anything. He's quite sick right now. He's a pretty old guy.
Oh.
But I'll get his name before you get through. I'll get you his name.
Well, okay.
All right, then. All right, let me know. Just drop me a line if you got any more questions. I'll get these answered and get them to you pretty soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right.